Good morning. Welcome to another week at the high maintenance hangar. Um, we're going to continue working on the oil system, trying to detect any leaks. To that end, we've got another Dave here. He's going to keep his eye out down below here for any leaks in the oil system. I'm going to be up on top looking down in the oil tank. There's a slicer valve on the firewall, is what they call them, and it's basically a cutoff for the piping. So far, we've had that closed off on the right engine. Jan's going to open that for 15 seconds, and we're going to see how far the oil travels. Now, it's supposed to go to the oil pump and to the primer pump, the pre-oil pump, but it just depends on how much room in the pumps there are for air to move. So we'll see what happens. Don't expect any leaks. So we're going to do that. I'm not going to film it, but I'll report back to you here in a minute. Okay. Well, go ahead and try the slicer valve. Dave and I are both in position.
Okay, ready?
Yep. Okay, that's the master switch. Standing by. All right. Well, I didn't really notice anything. What's the problem? Okay. You see anything, Dave?
I don't see a thing.
Okay.
See any real movement, how about?
Not really.
Leave it on longer?
I don't think it got no leaks down there, and we still got a head of oil.
Huh?
I don't see any leaks.
Okay, let's turn it on one more time.
But I have well, hang on a minute. I'm wondering if we may not be above the holes that feed the bottom of the thing.
Yeah, I'm only hearing a mechanical noise of the pump. I'm hearing
Yeah.
bubbles or something
Yeah.
like that. You know what, Bob?
I don't think we have enough oil in it.
I think you might be onto something.
So what wasn't apparent in the video, because it's really hard to see down in there, is there's a standpipe in the oil reservoir. And that is designed to warm up engine oil as quickly as possible for the engine. It's not trying to heat the whole volume of oil. It's just trying to recycle oil going through the engine and the oil cooler to warm up that column of oil as quickly as possible. The holes around the bottom that you see are there to replenish the oil as it's being used, and eventually the whole reservoir would warm up. The part of the reason that the holes are there, that's a minimum oil that you need to feather the prop in case there's a catastrophic loss of oil, the engine seizes up. You've got to get those blades turned into the wind so they're not slowing the airplane down. I hope my explanation is satisfactory, and let's get on with the rest of the video. All right, well, we've added a significant amount of oil to the hopper. I'll show you that in a minute. But right now, we're going to turn on our pre-lube pumps, pre-oil pumps, and see if we got any leaks. I'm ready whenever you're ready, Jan. Here's our pre-oil pump. Sounds like the power just came on. And the oil's coming off of a bung right there on the main oil feed, comes over here to slicer valve through the
Okay, let's
pump.
open the slicer valve.
Okay, that's open.
That's open. I mean, yeah, I want to open. Okay, open it. It's already closed.
Okay, why do you, oh yeah, you have to, huh? Okay, gotcha. All right, go ahead.
Okay, let's let that oil's flowing. Let's let that get that open.
By the way, that box
Give us
is
the indication on the pump noise on that pre-oiler. See if it spools up or starts to bog down, then we'll know.
okay.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Nothing.
As it turns out, we're not familiar enough with the switchology that the Sparkies have put in there. We had to go in, Jan had to go in and figure out which switches were which to operate the pre-oil pump. I don't know. So this is the shutoff for the oil. This is the shutoff for the oil. The oil comes off of that bung, comes into there, goes through the pump, comes up through this line, through this filter, that check valve, and into the oil gallery up there. Well, open the slicer valve first. Okay. Go ahead and turn on the pump. Okay, well, we think that was successful. We don't know for sure. It's pumping oil. We know it's got oil in it, but since we don't have the prop on it, we're thinking all of that cavity has to be full. Maybe you guys out in A26 world can tell us. But since we don't have the prop on it, we think it's got to fill all of that gallery before we'll get an indication on the instrument panel. But so far, the good thing is there's no leaks. That's a plus in anybody's book. So let's see what else we get done. Well, John is back polishing. He's been gone for a while doing some other things, acting like he's on vacation or something. I told him he's got a lot of work to do. We added about 10 more gallons to this side of oil, and we discovered we've got maybe have a bad nut plate in here, because we found some seepage on those two, and this flange was leaking earlier, and I put a wrench on it and wiped it down. So I guess we'll see. We'll let it set for over the weekend and see what happens. Okay, this is set up overnight, and that actually looks like it's drying up pretty well. Well, it's been kind of a slow week here, kind of waiting for things to gel. Oh, one more thing. Kenneth has been in the fuselage working on trying to get the headliner in. Bob and John are doing some more wiring. Yeah, that's kind of about it. Just wandering around thinking of lists of things that we've got to do to get ready for this thing to fly. I'm hoping Monday we have gap seals that we can put in. Start installing we have to put the gap seals in. We have to put the ailerons up so we know where to put the holes in the gap seals to attach them to the aileron. Then we have to take the back half of the gap seals, attach them to the aileron, and then we're going to do a balance check to make sure that it's within spec. Then we can finally put the ailerons back on the airplane, put the wingtips on, and then go on to the next thing. Anyway, if you found any value in this video, sure appreciate a subscription, and hopefully you'll be back next week to see what kind of mischief we get in. Thanks for watching.